Oh yeah, I burned it. My fault. I'll still eat it. Larry D here. I'm up in the Pigeon River Country State Forest. Decided just to hit a campground up here. Put my hammock up, sleep out for a night, a little peace and quiet. And today what I'm going to be cooking is something unique. Well, for many people it would probably be unique. It's called falafel. Now, falafel is made with chickpeas, as the flour is ground chickpeas. It's got in it, and this is what I like about these products: chickpeas, onion, cumin, sesame seeds, salt, coriander, parsley, garlic, baking soda, black pepper, turmeric, crushed red pepper, and red chili powder. No artificial ingredients. I enjoy the diversity of Dearborn. We have the largest Middle Eastern population outside of the Middle East, in Dearborn and in southeast Michigan. What does that give you? Arabic fruit markets. And these fruit markets, I mean, other than you can get a tremendous amount of like fresh fruits and vegetables, you have all kinds of items that people from the Middle East are used to having back in the old country. One of them is falafel mix. I love the stuff. It's vegetarian, which is totally meaningless to me. I am not a vegetarian, but I like falafel. It's good for you. It has a lot of different vitamins. It offers a good amount of 7 grams of protein per quarter cup serving. So I'm going to be making some tonight. It's simple. It's great backpacking food because you use 4 ounces of falafel to make 2 servings. Then you'd fry it. Now, I've done it before. I've only used a little bit of oil. This time I brought some vegetable oil with me, so that way I could put a little bit more in there, because traditionally it's deep fried. I wouldn't do that. I don't need all that fat. But yeah, falafel, I'm telling you, this is some good stuff. Gonna have the falafel with pita bread, sliced tomatoes, sliced onions. The only thing I don't have is toum, which is garlic paste, or tahini, which is sesame paste. Adds incredible amount of flavor. But, you know, hey, I'm roughing it. So just pita, tomatoes, onions, and the falafel. And I think I'll be more than happy and well satisfied. The way I'm going to mix up my falafel is I have a 1 ounce scoop. I'm going to do a half a cup. So obviously I'm going to need 4 ounces of this. I had started putting some in here, but I wanted to show you what I'm doing here. Got 4 ounces of falafel, and you put 4 ounces of water. It's a 1-to-1 ratios. That's what the instruction says. Now, the thing is, when you, and that's 4, mix this, you got to mix it together, and then it's got to sit for 30 minutes to absorb all that water. And it will, this powder will become like a, well, like a dough almost, or a paste, kind of thick. That's when you form it into whatever you want. You can form it into, like, traditionally they form them into like these balls or egg-shaped things. In this case, I'm going to be forming them into a patty, and then you fry them. So again, 4 ounces of falafel mix, and we need 4 ounces of water. So got to be a little careful here. And that's 4. I'll just kind of squish it around in there, mix it all up, and it will sit for 30 minutes. And when we come back, we have falafel. Liquidy. You won't believe what this stuff turns into. That's why I'm saying it's a good backpacking food. 4 ounces, 4 scoops, 2 servings. If you had a little bottle of olive oil in your pan, you could fry them up, and you're good to go. Offers good amount of protein, good carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals. Okay, we're going to go from there. Try to get a little cup of coffee going here while I'm waiting for my falafel to become falafel. I love my Trangia stove. I don't remember if this is the 25 or the 27. I've had it for years. The bag that it comes in, the nylon bag, has gotten a bit chewed up over the years. I gotta repair it. But the windscreen on this thing works great. Get the Trangia burner out. This I made from a tuna fish can. Put a little bit of carbon felt in the bottom. I use that when I'm out and it's really cold because that can sit right over it. They sell a preheater. I don't know how much it was. It was kind of stupid expensive. But I made this, I don't know how many years ago, and I've used it to death. And you just put a drip of alcohol in it, light it. It will preheat your burner so that way it blooms much faster. Obviously don't need that now. And I get my cup of coffee going while the falafel's doing his thing. Then I can start cutting up the tomatoes and onions in a few minutes. One nice thing about being at this campground up in Pigeon River is the headquarters building. My wife and I were up here recently on the Towerman's Trail. I did a video on that. I'll put a link to it. It was just a little bit of a video on my wife and I on a trail, which I love doing. I'm lucky I have somebody who loves it as much as I do, maybe even more sometimes. But yeah, the Towerman's Trail. And at the headquarters building, they have a well and a spigot outside, a freeze-proof spigot outside. For years they did not have that. And when I would be hiking sections of the high country pathway here, you'd get to the headquarters building and you're dying of thirst, you know. Now you can pull up excellent ice cold well water. And before I came into the campground, I buzzed by there and filled up 2.5 gallon container. I don't have to worry about using a pump, which to me is really good. So let me get back to this. I'm gonna make my coffee, and then when I come back, we can start chopping up veggies. Start cutting up my tomatoes and onion. One of the benefits of camping out of the car. I can have everything I need. I got some tomatoes here. Now this might be Arabic food that I'm going to be making, but Roma tomatoes. I'm an Italiano. You got to have Roma tomatoes. Get my little plate here. The onion out here. Okay, now we got an onion. I got a big onion. It's a sweet onion. I have extra zippy bags with me. I can put this stuff in. A necessity when you're camping, right? I always take off a few layers of onion. So slice up some sweet onion here. There we go. It's all rehydrated now. You can see all the parsley and other components in here. Great stuff. I'll cook it on my alcohol stove. Now, I filled it up when I made my coffee, but I just want to top it off to make sure that we have enough fuel to cook here. Because I won't be cooking at full power. And the pan I'm going to be using is not my non-stick pan. My carbon steel pan, it's a small 6-inch. It's actually a carbon steel baking pan. But I got it from Ben's Backwoods. I'll put a link in the video to Ben's. You talk about a good guy. I asked him about axes one time. He said, well, call me. We'll talk about it. You don't get any better than that. And it's an online store. He's in Michigan, independent, good prices, good guy. Now this is going to heat up. Let me get some oil in here. And like I say, whoa, yeah, that's heating up real fast. Let me get the pot grabber here. Now if you don't use an alcohol stove, this is how you control the simmer or the burner height. That will tamp it down quite a bit. You can close that. You can close it as far as you need it to be. So you can simmer. In this case, I just want to really kind of get that oil hot, but not to the point of like it was. Now, I should have a big spoon here somewhere. There it is. That way, and as you can see, the oil's starting to shimmer. And that's what you want. So I'm just going to put this stuff in by the spoonful, so that way I don't get it all over my hands. Because as I said before, I have this real thing about that. So I'm just making it into a patty. And it's frying away. Okay, this is probably a little overdone, but let me grab this. Oh yeah, I burned it. My fault. I'll still eat it. Another couple minutes, and this will be done. Okay, last couple. Let's get these out of here. Let's slide this over to the side. I found out why it was burning in the center. The way the pan is, it kind of dried up in the center, so I ended up adding more oil. So let me put out my alcohol stove. Again, if you haven't used these, they come with a gasket in the lid, but it is not heat proof. You do not want to put that on when it is hot. But what you want to do here is close the simmer ring, and it will snuff it out. And let it cool down before you put that lid on, or it will seal up like you won't believe. Okay, it is done. Got the falafel. Like I say, these came out a little better because I understood where the heat was in the pan. Tomatoes, onions. And I'm being distracted by the chipmunk that is attacking my stuff. You know, I've been up in the Rockies where you wake up and you hear people screaming, "Bear in camp!" Chipmunks are worse. Okay? The bears will leave, and they're big, and you can see them, and you know where to go. These little monsters. Anyways, it's all done. They're crispy. I don't know if you can hear this. They're crispy, but they're moist inside. And you eat them. Get your pita bread. Again, living in Dearborn, you just go to the Arabic bakery. Fresh pita bread. Can't beat it. But I just wanted to thank you for watching this, putting up with this cooking. I just want to do a couple cooking videos about being out And again, I'm watching that stupid chipmunk. Jeez, I thought I saw another one. Okay. Got everything I need here. Got fresh pita bread. I'm in heaven here. All I could use is some tahini or toum, the garlic. That would add to it. And I'm sure if anybody who really is an Arabic cook watches this, they're going to say I'm a savage. And they're probably right. Thanks for watching this. It's a good option. It's not just camping out of my car like I'm doing right now. Backpacking, you're taking a few ounces, a couple ounces of this stuff, and it's going to provide you with more than enough meal. The entire package, if I can find it here, weighs 12 ounces. It has 10 servings. So what, 1.2 ounces is one serving, so 2.25 ounces by weight. That ain't too bad. So, yeah, think about this stuff. The only problem is if you don't live in an area where you can buy it, they're selling it on Amazon for double the price I paid for it in the store. So look around if you are interested in it. But again, hey, falafel out in the middle of the woods in northern Michigan, and get out there and have some fun in the outdoors. And as always, be safe. I just saw that chipmunk, I think, in my car.